Okay, question number 7. A curve has equation y is equal to 3 cos of x divided by 2 plus sine of x for negative half pi less or equal to x less or equal to half pi. Find the exact coordinates of the stationary point of the curve. Okay, for coordinates of a stationary point, we know that dy by dx should be equal to 0. So this is a situation where we got y is equal to u over v. So we're going to be using quotient rule. So if this is u and this is v. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use dy by dx is equal to v. We're going to keep the v times du by dx. If you differentiate this, you're going to get minus 3 sine of x minus u, okay, which is 3 cos of x, dv by dx, differentiating this, you get sine, differentiate sine, you get cos. So we're going to get cos of x. Differentiating 2, you're going to get 0 over v squared. This means we're going to divide by 2 plus sine of x all squared. So this is then minus 3 sine x times 2 is minus 6 sine x. Sine x times minus 3 is minus 3 sine square x minus 3 cos square x divided by 2 plus sine of x to the square. Now from here we can set dy by dx is equal to 0, and I can say, because this is at stationary point, so minus 6 sine of x minus 3 sine square x. I can see this is kind of very dominant here. So I mean sine is dominant, so maybe I can minus 3 into 1 minus sine square x, and this can go on the other side, so we multiply by 2 plus sine x whole squared. So 0 is equal to minus 6 sine x minus 3 sine square x minus 3 plus 3 sine square x. Okay, so 0 is equal to minus 6 sine x. Okay, this can cancel out with this, got minus 3. So what we can say is that 0 is equal to 6 sine of x plus 3. So sine of x is equal to, the 3 can go on the other side, becomes minus 3 divided by 6, which is a negative half. So sine of x is equal to negative half. So x is equal to sine inverse of negative half. We know that inverse sine of half is negative 30 degrees. So that's negative pi upon 6. Okay. And so what we can do now, this is the x-coordinate. We can substitute the x-coordinate into the equation. I've got y is equal to, why are we doing this? We substitute x here to obtain y. So we're going to get 3 cos of negative pi upon 6 divided by 2 plus sine of negative pi upon 6. So cos of negative pi upon 6 okay, times 3, that's going to give you 3 root of 3 upon 2 divided by So inverse sine, this should be negative half. Okay, so inverse, sine of negative pi upon 6, and that should give us negative half, as I said before. So negative half plus 2, and that should be 3 over 2. I'm sure if you divide this, you should be able to get root of 3. Because the 2 and the 2 can go, alright? So you just do your division, and therefore the coordinates of the stationary point is minus pi upon 6. Let me call it S, stationary point, and then root of 3. So that's the first part of the question. Done. Second part to this question, the curve has equation y is equal to, second part, the constant a is such that the integral of 3 cos of x over 2 plus sine of x dx equal to 1 with limits going from 0 to a. Find the value of a, give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Now for the second part in this integral, we need to find the value of the constant a. We need to integrate this. This is like integrating the 3 can come out, which is a constant, cos of x divided by 2 plus sine of x dx equal to 1. You will remember the integral of the form f dash x over fx is equal to ln absolute value of fx plus c. So using this here, if you differentiate sine, you get cos. Differentiating the denominator, you get numerator, and therefore this applies to this. So we can say 3, if you integrate this, you're going to get ln 2 plus sine of x. And now of course we're going to apply the limits, a and 0, that's going to be equal to 1. So 3 times ln 2 plus sine of a, okay, minus the lower limit 3 ln 2 into sine of 0, which is then sine of 0, that's equal to 1, got 3 ln 2 plus sine of a minus 3 ln 2, that's equal to 1. The 3 can come out, I've got ln 2, okay, plus sine a, and minus ln 2 is equal to 1. So then, if you apply the properties of logarithms, ln 2 plus sine of a divided by 2, because you've got a minus here, is equal to 1 divided by 3. The 3 can go on the other side. And from here, I can say I've got 2 plus sine a divided by 2 is equal to e to the 1/3. Alright, therefore, sine of a is equal to 2e to the 1/3. This 2 can go there, and the 2 goes on the other side, minus 2. Okay, and that's the value we're looking for sine a, and therefore 2 times e to the 1/3 okay, minus the 2, 0.791, so that is 0.791, double 2 and so on. So I can say A is equal to sine inverse of what we just found. So let's do it right here. Sine inverse of the answer, getting 0.912, okay, 0.912809 and so on. So you can see the answer is 0.913 to 3 significant figures. Here we are for this question. Take care.